22 witnesses testified during the hush money trial of Donald Trump, but the former president was not one of them.
With both sides now resting their case, closing arguments are now set for a week from today before a jury will decide if Donald Trump is guilty of any or all of the 34 felony counts against him.
Eyewitness News reporter Lauren Glassberg live outside the courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Lauren?
Sandra, David, the defense rested its case at 10:13 today, and Donald Trump did not testify. The defense called 2 witnesses, and the second, Robert Costello, may not have been as helpful as they had hoped. Yesterday on the stand, the judge admonished him about his lack of decorum and even cleared the court. But Costello was back on the stand today on this, the 20th day of the trial. Robert Costello, a lawyer and longtime ally of Donald Trump, returned to the stand today after testifying yesterday that Michael Cohen, Trump's former fixer, told him numerous times that Trump didn't know anything about the hush money payments to Stormy Daniels, saying he did this on his own. But today on cross-examination, the prosecution picked apart Costello's motivation, showing emails from Costello in which he tried to gain Cohen's trust to prevent him from turning on then-President Trump, as investigators were closing in on Cohen. The postscript in one email reads, "Some very positive comments about you from the White House." But Cohen ultimately broke with Trump and went on to become the prosecution's key witness in their case against the former president. Cohen testified that Trump directed him to pay Stormy Daniels for her silence for fear that the adult film star's story of an alleged one-night stand with Trump could negatively impact his election chances. Cohen was reimbursed for those payments, and the prosecution says the way those reimbursements were falsified as legal services is the heart of the crime. Cohen is a convicted felon, a disbarred lawyer with unbridled hatred for Trump. He even testified he stole from Trump. But there are checks signed by Trump, invoices and ledger entries about those reimbursements, all part of the evidence. Trump has maintained his innocence all along, calling this a sham trial. His supporters have joined him in the courtroom, including lawmakers, and today, for the first time, his son, Don Jr.
It's a kangaroo court. There's never been anything like this that I've ever seen. Now I have 2 other trials that were kangaroo courts also. It's stacked up.
Now at 2:15 today, the lawyers from both sides will be conferencing with the judge back here at the courtroom. They'll be providing some input for the jury charge. Those are the instructions that the judge will give the jury in terms of the evidence and the law in this case. That's happening later this afternoon. Live in Lower Manhattan, Lauren Glassberg, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Lauren, thank you.